Good morning, beloveds. This one hair just on sticking straight out from my head, but it's my hair. What am I going to do with it? It has a mind of its own. So we had quite a storm roll through here about 4 p.m. yesterday, and I got some pretty amazing pictures of it. And then Jesse encouraged me to put some of them up on this Facebook page. So I will attempt to do that later today. I was in class last night till 9, so I didn't do it last night. So you can see some of the clouds. There were a couple of times where I took back-to-back shots. But I think that may be why I have had the ice pick through the headache for a little while. And I'm used to having headaches because occasionally I have migraines. So it hurts, but I don't let it slow me down. I've got stuff to do. I'm not going to let a pain in my head stop me from doing what I need to do. But today was a run day. And I'm like, how am I going to run with an ice pick through my head? But I am the running Rev. And so I thought that I would give it a try. And obviously, if it was excruciating, then I would stop and do something else. But interestingly enough, at first, it was pretty pounding. It was bad. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to push for just a minute just to see. And it got better. So, I still have the traces of the headache, but it's nowhere near what it would have been. So sometimes it's worth pushing through the pain if you're pretty confident that what you are doing will help. Because my headache is so much better from when I woke up. And I directly attribute it to getting out there, getting my blood moving, and, going for that run and not letting the pain stop me. So now we just have to get through today. Right now it's, 62 degrees out there. So it was a good run outside of initially, because it was nice and cool, but, we have two more potential storms rolling through today. It could be an interesting day, but hey, I may get more fantastic cloud pictures. We'll see. Good morning, Susan. So yeah, I don't know. They're thinking around noon and then in the middle of the afternoon, probably when it gets hot, the storms will pick back up. The hazards of living in a coastal city. But hopefully what won't happen is the power won't go out, because I was at work and the last hour and a half I had no power. And so it was dark in the store, so there were a few things that I needed to get done and couldn't. And then fortunately, it lined up enough to let me get some stuff done, at least in the front of the store. So, interestingly enough, the new system that we have, I still could have checked customers out if I had any. But I didn't, so, I guess that was a moot point. Rita's back on full purr right now. All right. I know she's just out of frame. So, it is May 28th. I believe it is Thursday. We're going to go with that theory for right now. And we are on Psalm 84:2. My soul longeth, yea, even fainteth for the courts of the Lord. My heart and my flesh crieth out for the living God. She's marking my book. All right, lady. I love you. As I center my consciousness in infinite being, I realize that its essence is love, and that this love is in and through everything and everyone. I know that this love essence, the very substance of life, the creative principle back of everything, flows through my whole being. Spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. It flows in transcendent loveliness into my world of thought and form. I am conscious of this divine circuit which love is. I feel it as a golden stream of force flowing from God through me and out to all that my thoughts rest upon and returning to God. I know that this force is ever flowing, ever renewing, vitalizing, bringing joy and harmony and blessings to everyone and everything it touches. It flows with power and purpose through everything I do as it leads me gently down the pathway of life. Consciously, I attune myself to this stream of perfect love. In its flow, I see it as an ever-widening spiral of continuous right action, bringing me into ever-widening fields of expression. I, who am love, share myself, my love, with all humanity. I know that in love there can be no separation, for love unites. Love sustains and protects its own. I know that the love I express blesses all who are in any way touched by it. It heals every condition, brings my own to me. I am immersed in love. Okay, so the first thing that I have to say about this, and then I'll talk about it, is one of the things that I'm definitely appreciating about Ernest Holmes is the words that he uses. He uses very evocative words. He uses words that paint pictures. You know, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, what he's talking about, you can't necessarily paint a picture of. Well, you can't paint a picture of that everybody would agree that that's what he's talking about. Everybody would paint their own picture, and that's the amazing thing. And that's what he's doing, is he is using words that allow you to paint your own picture of what he's talking about. So when he's talking about that golden stream of force flowing, I mean, I can see it. I can visualize that. And then if I can visualize it, then I can feel it. So that is absolutely one of the things that I love about reading Ernest Holmes, because he uses those big words, those visual words, those emotional words, and by using those words, he allows you to paint your own picture of what he's talking about. It's just an amazing. It's amazing the way he does this. I would definitely encourage you to hit up the Science of Mind archives and listen to him talk, because this is the way he talks, and it's pretty incredible. In fact, this may have been from a talk. A lot of what he does is, a lot of his writings are actually transcribed talks. So, okay, so let's center our consciousness on not on, in. Well, good morning, Dana and Rob. We're gonna center our consciousness in infinite being. So not on, in, because we are within that infinite being. I love that. I realize that its essence is love. So he spends the entire time telling you you are love. That love is all there is. That love flows through everything. In fact, that's exactly what he says. That this love is in and through everything and everyone. So I know that this love essence, the very substance of life, the creative principle back of everything, flows through my whole being. Spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. So there's no part of you that love doesn't touch. It flows in transcendent loveliness. That's just a beautiful way to say that. It flows in transcendence, loveliness into my world of thought and form. So it is up-leveling everything around you, through you. I am conscious of this divine circuit. Any of us who have anything to do with electronics, there we go. Which love is. I feel it as a golden stream of love flowing from God through me and out to all through that my thoughts rest upon. So when you are thinking loving thoughts about somebody, you are sending them loving energy. And then it returns to God, because he did say divine circuit. It's a closed loop. Okay, so I know that this force is ever flowing, ever renewing, vitalizing, bringing joy and harmony and blessing to everything and everyone it touches. All right, so ever flowing, ever renewing, vitalizing. It is inexhaustible. It is a closed loop. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It merely changes form. Thermodynamics. Every now and again, you'll see that science, geek pop up there. I embrace all my weirdness. It flows with power and purpose through everything I do as it leads me gently down the pathway of life. Now, so he says it flows with power and purpose, but it leads me gently. So it is not a raging river. It is not a bucking horse. It is not anything that I have to work to control. It is gently leading me, but it has power and purpose. So I don't have to be strong enough to contain it. I don't, because I am built to be a conduit through which it flows. And there's nothing about strength. I am perfectly built to allow this power to flow through me, because I'm built of it. It's the same stuff. So you don't have to be strong enough for this power to flow through you. There's nothing about that. You are strong enough for the power to flow through you because you are built of it. There's nothing about power here. Nothing about power here. Consciously, I attune myself to this stream of perfect love. So the perfect love is always flowing through you, but when we want to be effective, then it is our job to consciously attune to perfect love. Perfect meaning whole, not flawless. So consciously attune to the love that can't be anything else. In its flow, it as an ever-widening spiral of continuous right action. I know with what's going on right now, that's a little hard. But every time we see something happen that is not, and I'm going to use the word preferred, then we have the right and the responsibility to pull that ever-widening spiral of continuous action into this world by allowing that love to flow through us. Okay. Bringing me into ever-widening fields of expression. I, who am love, share myself, my love, with all humanity. If we can't do anything else, then that is what we can do. We can be a loving presence to everyone we meet. Even when they're not acting like the loving presence that we know that they are, we can hold that space for them. And we have the right to hold it from a distance. Do not expose yourself to toxic people thinking that you can change them. You are more than welcome to love them from a distance. Okay? I know that in love there can be no separation, for love unites. That's the truth. Love sustains and protects its own. And this is where we get to remind ourselves we don't always get to choose the how. I know that the love I express blesses all who are in any way touched by it. There is no force more powerful in this world than love. And prayer is based in love. Well, the prayer that we teach is based in love. We don't beg, we don't plead. We express the reality in love. It heals every condition, bringing my own to me. I am immersed in love. So today, our assignment, should we choose to accept it, is to consciously attune ourselves to this stream of perfect love and to be immersed in this love, to think loving thoughts at everyone and everything we meet. It's not a big task, and yet it is a huge task. But it is the one we were built for. All right, I'm going to move on with my day. I encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself today. If you happen to be in my area, you might get some more storms, so make your plans appropriately, and hopefully if you're not in my area, wherever you are, you have some interesting and good weather. So open your windows, get some sunshine. I think I may have gotten my sunshine for the day this morning. And have a good day. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Reverend David will be on sometime later today. Have a fantastic day, whatever it looks like for you. And know that we love you. All right, beloveds, I will see you later.